The History of Tom Jones, a Foundling. Book 5, containing a portion of time somewhat longer than half a year, by Henry Fielding, narrated by Sam Kusi. Chapter 1, of the serious in writing, and for the purpose it is introduced. Peradventure there may be no parts in this prodigious work which will give the reader less pleasure in the pursuing than those which have given the author the greatest pains in composing. Among these probably may be reckoned those initial essays which we have prefixed to the historical matter contained in every book, and which we have determined to be essentially necessary to this kind of writing, of which we have set out ourselves at the head. For this our determination we do not hold ourselves strictly bound to assign any reason, it being abundantly sufficient that we have laid it down as a rule necessary to be observed in all prosaicomi-epic writing. Whoever dreamed the reasons of that nice unity of time or place which is now established to be so essential to dramatic poetry? What critic hath been ever asked why a play may not contain 2 days as well as one? Or why the audience, provided they travel, like electors, without any expense, may not be wafted 50 miles as well as 5? Hath any commentator well accounted for the limitation which an ancient critic hath set to the drama, which he will have contain neither more nor less than 5 acts? Or hath any one living attempted to explain what the modern judges of our theatres mean by that word lo, by which they have happily succeeded in banishing all humour from the stage, and have made the theatre as dull as a drawing-room? Upon all these occasions the world seems to have embraced a maxim of our law, for it seems perhaps difficult to conceive that anyone should have had enough of impudence to lay down dogmatical rules in any art or science without the least foundation. In such cases, therefore, we are apt to conclude there are sound and good reasons at the bottom, though we are unfortunately not able to see so far. Now, in reality, the world have paid too great a compliment to critics, and have imagined them men of much greater profundity than they really are. From this complaisance, the critics have been emboldened to assume a dictatorial power, and have so far succeeded that they are now become the masters, and have the assurance to give laws to those authors from whose predecessors they originally received them. The critic, rightly considered, is no more than the clerk, whose office it is to transcribe the rules and laws laid down by those great judges, whose vast strength of genius hath placed them in the light of legislators in the several sciences over which they presided. This office was...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?